Our daughters will not be the people you hide behind a curtain somewhere and they say you're supposed to be seen but not to be heard.
Welcome to GCK King's Circle with Pastor Dr. W.F Kumuyi.
Hello Royals, welcome to the GCK King's Circle, where kings, queens and royalties are nested, nurtured and knitted for greater impact. I am Prince Daniel Njoko and I have with me today on the circle
Princess Gloria Richard, and it is my pleasure to anchor today's episode. I do hope we scale the height of impact with you today.
Talking of scaling heights of impact, our convener, Dr. W.F Kumuyi, is a man who has created much impact in the lives of millions of young minds across the globe. A first-class graduate in mathematics, a former university don, and the Chancellor of Anchor University. The visionary and convener of Success Academy for Youth, SAY, Impact Academy, Changemakers International, just to mention but a few. What a worthy icon of impact on the society and kingdom. I am so excited to sit under his charge now. But before he comes up, let us listen to this short music rendition.
As the Spirit was moving over the water, Spirit come move over us. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. As the Spirit was moving over the water, Spirit come move over us. Come rest on us. Come rest on us. So come down, Spirit, when you move, you make my heart pound. When you fill the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will fill me. Come down, Spirit, when you move, you make my heart pound. When you fill the room, you're here and I know you are moving. I'm here and I know you will fill me.
Welcome back, Princess Gloria. Have you ever come across a statement that says ladies are like jewels to be held and not to be held?
I can't imagine such being said of me. You can't tell who will make the most impact in the world around you. I think liberty should be given to both male and female in the society. But let's sit tight as we listen to our Father, who makes no barrier between his children, as he shares with us the influence a lady can exert in the society.
As the Lord is using our young brothers, he'll be using our young sisters in Jesus' name. 2 Kings chapter 5, we're looking at verse 1. Now Naaman, captain of the host of the king of Syria, was a great man with his master, and honorable because by him the Lord had given deliverance unto Syria. He was also a mighty man of valor, but he was a leper, and the Syrians had gone out by companies and had brought away captive out of the land of Israel a little maid, a little girl, a little daughter, a female young person, and she waited on Naaman's wife. And she said, this little maid, and she said, this observant girl, and she said, this tender girl, and she said, and this converted, saved, and steadfast girl, and she said unto her mistress, would God, my Lord, were with the prophet that is in Samaria, for he would recover him of his leprosy. See what this girl is saying, and understand, this little lady and this little maid had been violently separated from her parents, violently separated from her home, violently separated from her friends and from her country, and yet she kept the faith, and yet she was not bitter, and yet she was not angry. The grace of God was in her. That's what you call salvation. That's what you call conversion. With all that they had done, and she was very observant, and then she kept her faith about, she still knew about her God, and knew what her God will do. Not because, okay, if that God is still there, why did they carry me to captivity? If that God is still there, why am I suffering this? He said, God sent me here for a purpose. Look at my master, and look at my Lord here. He is a leper. God sent me here to be a witness. Anywhere you go, go, my daughter there, God says you to be a witness. And you'll be a witness in Jesus' name. She kept her faith in God, and she lived a consistent life. She lived a believable life. She lived a righteous life that made her witness effective and believable. And look at this, she said in verse 3, she said, would God my Lord were with the prophet that is in the land of in Samaria, for he definitely, without any shadow of doubt, will recover him of his leprosy. Number one, see the solace in her witness. The solace in her witness, and the comfort, and see the tenderness, and see the love, and see the sweetness in her witness. Number two, you look at the secret of achievements. What the secret? Because she was living a consistent life, a consecrated life, a believable life, that the mistress could take her word and tell the husband, and Naaman could take that word and go and tell the king. On the basis of the word of this little girl, they wrote a letter and sent Naaman to Samaria. What if he comes back and is not healed? What will happen to her? She's just a maid. She's just a slave there. She's just a servant there. She could have thought of that, but she had such great conviction in the God of Israel. She was there in a foreign land, and yes, she had this confidence. That's the secret of her effectiveness. And when you know your God, the people that know their God, they will do exploits, and they'll be strong. And you today, you are becoming strong in Jesus' name. And then the success and the stretch of her effectiveness, the stretch of her effectiveness. Look at the influence of this little girl. Number one, she influenced Naaman's wife. Number two, Naaman's wife influenced her husband, Naaman. Number three, Naaman himself influenced the king of the land. Number four, the king himself influenced many servants to travel with Naaman. Number five, it influenced the whole nation that they will write a letter to follow after Naaman. And then number six, it brought the knowledge of God to the people of Israel, and then to the people of Syria. Think about that. Just the witness of this little girl. That's why we're saying our daughters will shine. Our daughters will speak out. Our daughters will not be the people you hide behind a curtain somewhere and they say you're supposed to be seen but not to be heard. We're supposed to see you. The sweetness of your appearance, that's enough. The sweetness of your beauty, that's enough. That's good, but you're going to speak out. And when you speak out, you're going to influence many, many people in Jesus' name. Well, you know the story. Eventually, Naaman went to Syria. He was cleansed of his leprosy. And he said, on the basis of the word of that little maid, of that little girl, I know there's no God in any other place except in Israel. Boys and girls in our church, you become witnesses in Jesus' name. Brothers and sisters, stand up and say, Lord, this is a glorious day, and this is a glorious time. This is my time. Yes, it's your time. Yes, it's your time. They've served their own generation and they're gone. You are here now to serve your own generation. You will not just go through life like a bird flying over and flying in the air, not making a mark. You will make a mark. You'll have an impact. You'll have an input. You'll have an influence over the community. You have a great influence even in the church of the living God. A new life will begin today, and you will achieve something. Something heaven will write about. Something singers will sing about. Something writers will write about. And I pray that your life will be a life of influence, a life of power, a life of impact. From this day, from the inside, you will know that you are different. Go back to where you came from and go and make a mark in that place.
Wow! Who could have thought that salvation could reach a great man from just a mere maid?
Indeed. Now I know that no one is useless. We should just put forth our abilities, no matter what or where, for lives are there, waiting to be impacted.
For greater growth and development, please stay in touch with us on this circle as more of these comes your way. Be a world changer for Christ.
We believe that you've been impacted. Pastor Dr. W.F Kumuyi will love to hear from you. Please visit our social media platforms and don't forget to join us on the next episode of GCK King's Circle.